Hey guys, so welcome to a new video. It's a little hard to see right now, but I do have a box right here. I'll pick it up for you. Here it is. I am very excited to open it. This is the Hasbro Pulse Ahsoka Tano lightsaber. So we're going to open it up, have a look at it, see how it works, and then compare it to the Galaxy's Edge lightsaber. So let me adjust the camera and let's get started. So it's got a very nice box. We've got Ahsoka right here. Very nice art. We can see right here that it does actually change to all three colors. So we've got the green and the blue, and then actually that yellow green of her small blade. And then this looks like all of the little details and everything in it. So it says it's a real metal hilt and it comes with a display stand. You can remove the kyber crystal, which is pretty cool. Wall cutting effects, removable blade, always helpful. Battle clash effect, progressive ignition, that's cool. Authentic lightsaber sound, and color changing blade. Okay, so the box actually unfolds pretty much. Yeah, the box unfolds all the way. There's still tape right here that I didn't cut, but it does unfold all the way, which is nice. Let's see. Some cardboard in here, probably to help support this papery cardboard stuff. It looks like everything is tied in. So let's flip this over and see what we have. Oh, okay, it's already coming out. Okay. Okay, so the stand itself was not tied in, but all the other parts are. Okay, so we've got the hilt right here. It looks very nice just so far inside the box. Here is the kyber crystal. I'm assuming this is probably part of the stand. And then we have the actual stand itself, which is metal. It does have plastic pieces. This piece right here is plastic, which is kind of annoying that your stand is metal and plastic and not just all metal. But whatever. And then flip this around. We've got our blade right here. So it is frosted or has that white diffusion in it. The very, very tip of it is clear, which is annoying, but it looks very similar to Disney's blade. And then we've got this little booklet. Let's see what this is. Instruction guide. Very important, read the instructions. Here is the kyber crystal and the kyber crystal chamber. So it is clear, which it's probably clear because the light shines through it, so if you were to tint it, it would affect the color of the light. But that's pretty cool that it actually comes with this. Alright, so here's the hilt. It does have a nice weight to it. Looks like it's got all of the little details. Here's the switch, everything. Here's this little piece. Right off the bat, it looks pretty good. There are just a few small things that I'm noticing. These two details, the switch and this little knob thing, are a little too big for my taste, but they are still very nice. This piece right here doesn't seem like it's proportioned right. Yeah, this piece right here doesn't seem like it's quite proportioned right. This is just a sticker, so I'll peel that off. Yeah, these feel a little too big. This, I don't mind that it's smaller because I always have issues with this getting in the way of holding this, of holding the hilt whenever you know, are holding it, because there's just, it gets in the way. I wish that this was, okay, so that's a switch as well. It's probably one to turn it on and one to change the color or something. Got this little detail. This is definitely shaped oddly. You can see it's a little square and flat, a little small. And then they did a very lovely thing where they put all this writing on the bottom here, and it is engraved, which is really annoying. Like, just look at all of that all over the bottom of the hilt, and it is engraved in there. So that really annoys me. Alright, so let's unscrew this and put the batteries in. Very similar to the Galaxy's Edge. Very similar to how the Galaxy's Edge lightsaber is put together. Okay, so looking at it, this little top piece right here, this top metal ring actually needs to come out. That is a separate piece, and it looks like that is what this is for. It's actually a key to pull this top piece out because it's actually threaded in. So you just, kind of annoying that you have to pull that out. So you have to pull this little metal ring out in order to put the kyber crystal chamber or the blade in, which is stupid and annoying because they could have easily just not done that and just, you know, made the inside of this all flush and everything, because that's kind of stupid. It seems excessive. But anyway, let's put the blade in now. Okay, so I got new batteries and I already put the new batteries in, and I hit the power button and it lit up and immediately turned off. And now, there we go. So this is the blue. It's hard to see on camera, but it is a nice blue. It does have sound in it. Well, I hit it to try the clash and it turned itself off. So that's nice. Okay, so hitting this button causes the clash effect. There we go. So you can also actually hit it for the clash effect. So if you push and hold this, it has like a white to red gradient down at the tip for like cutting through a wall. Alright, so now let's try changing the color. To change the color, you have to press and hold both buttons. Ooh, it's got a cool little sound effect with it. So this is the green. The clash effect's a little easier to see on the green. Again, it's not easy for you guys to see because of this camera. Alright, one more. And then this is the yellow-green. Oh, a little bit of a glitch. I was pressing and holding this for the wall cutting effect and it changed colors. There we go, there it is. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off because it's going to get a little annoying. It does have a consistent hum. Okay. So right off the bat, it's a little glitchy. That could just be my blade, my hilt, but it could also be all of them. So if you got this and you've tried it out, let me know if yours is a little glitchy or not. Which is annoying that it is glitchy with how much this thing retails for. So let's go ahead and pop the blade out and put the kyber crystal in and see how that looks. So the kyber crystal fits in the same way. It's got keys in it, and then it just twists in and sits all the way down. And then it does still light up with the kyber crystal inside. It doesn't have the clash effect though, which is understandable. And then it does still change colors. So it is a little hard to get in and out, just because it fits so far down in there. But again, pretty cool. So now let's put this on the stand. There we go. So it does fit on the stand very nicely. And you can just twist it so there's nothing in the way of it, so you don't have to set it on the stand in one particular direction. It doesn't like lock or click in there or anything, it is just resting on there, so if you were to bump this too hard it would get knocked off. So yeah, overall I'm satisfied with this. There are a few things that I don't like about it, especially for the price. I don't remember exactly how much this retailed, but it was about $200 for just this blade. I do like the little things like the kyber crystal, the different colors, and the stand and everything. I don't like this little extra piece that you have to take out just to put the blade in, because I'm not going to put this back in and take it out every single time. Honestly, I'm probably just going to throw this in a drawer and forget about it. Yeah, it is a little glitchy, which is annoying again, especially for the price, but it does look pretty nicely made. Again, it is real metal, but all these black pieces are plastic. But yeah, overall, I'm satisfied with it. It's not what I was hoping it would be for the price, but it is still a nice blade. If you're on the fence about getting it, I would suggest not, just because of the cost alone. So yeah, let's put the blade back in and we will compare it to Galaxy's Edge. Okay, here we go. So this is Hasbro's Force FX lightsaber, and this is Disney's Galaxy's Edge lightsaber. So looking at them, it looks like Galaxy's Edge has a little bit more thought put into it. The shape looks a little bit more accurate. You can see on the pommels there that the Galaxy's Edge one is a bit more round and has a bit more of that definition to it and everything. Galaxy's Edge one is also shinier. It's a bit more polished, whereas this one's a bit more of a brushed or a matte metal. Just holding them, they feel about the same weight, but I'd have to say that the Galaxy's Edge one is probably a little bit heavier. Looking at the lightsaber clip, I don't think you would be able to clip the Hasbro one onto anything, which kind of sucks. So here are these little side details. Again, this one is smaller, which I appreciate, but the switch is a little suspicious. It's a little subpar. This one is a push button, whereas the Galaxy's Edge one is an actual switch. Then moving up, there's this little detail, which these ones are definitely smaller and a little bit more or less noticeable, which I don't really like, but yeah. And then here's the top of it. So Hasbro's does have a little bit more detailing right here, just in the plastic, but the Galaxy's Edge one has a bit more shaping to it. You can also see that with this point right here. The Galaxy's Edge one comes more to a point, whereas the Hasbro one's more rounded. And here is the switch in this little detail, so you can see what I mean by how these are just a little too big. These ones are much nicer. I do appreciate that their button on here is actually functional, but I kind of wish that the, you know, Canon ignition switch was actually the power switch, but whatever. So yeah, and then there's these little finial details on top. The Hasbro ones are a little shorter. They're a little shorter and a little thicker. And the Galaxy's Edge ones are a bit longer and thinner. So now we are going to turn them on, and I'm going to change them both to the same color. We'll go through how they look both as blue and green. And we're back to this one not turning on. Percussive maintenance for the wing. If you don't know what percussive maintenance means, it means hit it till it works. So I'm going to change the Galaxy's Edge one first, because that one I think is a little easier to change colors than this one is. So I apologize for the noise, but I do have two lightsabers on that both hum. The one making the weird whooshing sound is the Galaxy's Edge one. That's this one. So looking at these in real life, they are about the same. I will say that I can, and it just turned itself off. Looking at these in real life, I can tell that the Galaxy's Edge one is just a little, just the slightest bit of a darker color and not quite as bright, which you can see on camera that the Galaxy's Edge one is not as bright as the Hasbro one. They both do have those LED lines, which is annoying, but whatever. Just so you know, this Hasbro is a little bit longer than the medium length for Galaxy's Edge. So let's go ahead and change to the green and see how the greens compare. Okay, so in real life they are about the same green. Again, the only difference being the Galaxy's Edge one looks a bit darker. The Hasbro one is definitely shining brighter, which is nice, but they are about the same shade of green. You can kind of see that the Hasbro one is shining brighter than the Galaxy's Edge one. So again, like I said earlier, very, very similar. They have the same locking mechanism type thing. They do have different connectors, so you don't have to worry about getting them mixed up. So they do have different connectors, so if you're worried about mixing them up, it's not going to happen. A little disappointed because I kind of wanted to put the blades in the other hilt and see what happened, but guess that's not going to happen. Probably about 2 inches or so difference. Again, this is the medium blade for Galaxy's Edge, so they do have a longer blade for the Galaxy's Edge lightsabers. I do not have it because, again, I'm a little too short to have that blade on my lightsabers. But they both have that clear tip. The Hasbro one does have a little bit of styrofoam at the top. It's going to be hard to see because my camera's not going to want to focus on it. There we go. So it does have a little bit of styrofoam at the top as like a plug, so that that's not straight open. And then the Galaxy's Edge one is straight open, so you can actually see the top of the LEDs in there. So a couple of differences, just where they unscrew and everything. Galaxy's Edge takes AAA, and the battery pack actually screws closed, which I don't like because these batteries are actually really hard to change, but whatever. This one does take AAA, this one does take AA. Again, different connectors for the battery packs, so you don't have to worry about mixing them up, but they are very clearly different sizes. So, and again, they do have that same little like key thing so that you can put the battery pack in the correct way. And holding them without the battery pack and without the pommel on it, the Galaxy's Edge one is definitely heavier. Overall, it is a decent blade. I'm happy I picked it up. It is nice. I wish that it did have her Shoto hilt, her smaller hilt. That would have been very nice, especially for the price, because just this one blade does cost as much as the Galaxy's Edge set. But granted, the Galaxy's Edge set does not come with blades, so you have to buy those separate. Overall, my biggest issues with it are, well, you can hit it against the wall and it's fine. Overall, my biggest issues are this engraving on the bottom, this shape down here on the pommel, and just the overall glitchiness of it. So it only stays on for a certain amount of time of inactivity. If you were to just set the blade down, it will automatically turn itself off. So that is kind of cool, so you don't have to worry about it just staying on all the time and draining the battery or something. But again, kind of annoying if you're like in a photo shoot or something and you're standing there waiting to, you know, take a picture, it's gonna turn itself off. But I wouldn't be like, oh my god, this is amazing, I'm so happy I have it, like I was with the Galaxy's Edge ones. I was definitely happier when I got the Galaxy's Edge ones. But again, there are just some small details about this, like these two, the switch and this little black piece being too big, the shape of the pommel being a little off, the weird extra detail piece that you have to take out to put the blade or the kyber chamber in. Those are just, they're a little annoying. Again, and then the overall glitchiness of it. So I would say if you're on the fence about getting this, personally, I wouldn't get it unless you are like a die-hard Ahsoka fan and want to have every single piece of Ahsoka merchandise you can get, or you just really like lightsabers. It is a nice piece, but just, especially compared to the Galaxy's Edge ones, I would recommend the Galaxy's Edge ones over this one. The only nice thing is this one is easily accessible. You can buy it online. I'm not sure if it's still available. If it is still available, I will put a link in the description. If there is no link, it is no longer available. But the Galaxy's Edge ones, you do have to actually go to Galaxy's Edge or have someone buy them for you and then ship them to you. But the Galaxy's Edge one, you do get both hilts. You do have to buy the blade separate though. This one does come with a blade, but it is just the one hilt. It does have all three colors, which is nice, but again, her hilts are two different sizes, so it'd be a little weird to buy two of these to use for her lightsabers. And again, it's pretty pricey. I am happy I have it in my collection, but I just wish it was a little bit nicer, especially for the price of it. There it is. This is Hasbro's Force Effects Ahsoka Tano lightsaber. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you found this helpful. And again, if you have this blade, let me know in the comments below if you've had any issues with it and what your thoughts are. I will see you guys next time. Bye!